I never thought I'd become one of those people who installs security cameras everywhere. Honestly, I used to make fun of people who obsessed over them. But after what happened last winter, I check my cameras every single night before bed. And I still sleep with a knife under my mattress. This happened in February of 2025. I was living alone in a rental house outside Sacramento while working remote customer support for a tech company. The area wasn't dangerous or anything. Quiet neighborhood, families, retired couples. The kind of street where nothing happens. At least that's what I thought. It started with small things. The first thing I noticed was my side gate being open. I always kept it latched because the wind slammed it against the fence. One morning before work, I walked outside and saw it swinging open slightly. I figured I forgot to close it. Then 2 nights later, my motion light turned on around 2 a.m. I remember checking through my bedroom blinds and seeing absolutely nothing outside. No cars, no people, just the light shining over my driveway. That feeling stuck with me though, like somebody had been there a second earlier. The next morning, I ordered 2 cheap Wi-Fi security cameras online. One for the front door, one for the backyard. A week passed with nothing unusual. Then on a Thursday night, I got my first notification while I was gaming in my room. Motion detected backyard. I clicked the live feed. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The camera faced the fence and back patio. Everything looked normal. Then I noticed something in the far left corner. A person, just standing there beside the fence. Completely still. The image quality was grainy, but I could clearly make out a hooded figure facing the camera. I froze. I remember turning down my headset volume and listening. Silence. Then the figure moved. Not toward the fence. Toward my back door. That's what scared me most. Not yelling. Not angry. Calm. I backed away from the door without making a sound. Then the voice said something that made my blood go cold. You left your side gate open. The exact thing I'd noticed days earlier. That's when I realized he'd been watching the house for a while. The dispatcher suddenly spoke loudly through my phone, asking if officers had arrived yet. And the man outside my door heard it too. Everything went quiet for maybe 2 seconds. Then footsteps sprinted across the house. I heard the back door slam open. By the time police arrived, he was gone. The officers searched the neighborhood for almost an hour. Nothing. At first, they thought it was a burglary attempt. Until they checked my backyard. There were muddy footprints beneath my kitchen window. And underneath the window was a folding camping chair, facing directly toward my house. The officer asked if it belonged to me. It didn't. Whoever the man was, he'd apparently been sitting in my backyard, watching me through the kitchen window at night. The police told me to stay somewhere else for a few days. I drove to my sister's apartment that same night. I barely slept. The next afternoon, detectives called me asking if I'd ever noticed anyone following me recently. I said no. Then they sent me a photo. The image came from a nearby gas station security camera taken 3 days earlier. It showed a man in a dark hoodie standing behind me while I paid for snacks. I never noticed him. But according to detectives, he never bought anything. He just walked in behind me, then left right after I drove away. A week later, they caught him. Apparently, another homeowner in a nearby neighborhood spotted him trying to break into a garage around 4 a.m. and called police. Inside his backpack, they found gloves, zip ties, a knife, and printed photos of multiple houses, mine included. The creepiest part? One of the photos was taken through my kitchen window at night, and in the picture, I was visible inside the house, sitting on my couch, completely unaware someone was standing in my backyard watching me. To this day, I still don't know what his actual plan was. Police later connected him to several attempted home invasions across Northern California. And after reading survivor stories online, I learned something terrifying. A lot of home intruders don't break in immediately. Sometimes they watch first, for days, maybe weeks.